Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to be here today with you all. ICT KTN has partnered with Security Lancaster and BIS to hold this in the third in a series of cybersecurity conferences that have been most popular. Can I ask, please, the usual question: has anyone not heard of the KTNs, the Knowledge Transfer Networks? I think that's the first time that has ever happened to me. Not a single hand. I'm delighted. I'm very pleased. That means I don't have to go into detail describing what it is. But I'm here today representing ICT Knowledge Transfer Network. The theme of cybersecurity continues to grow in importance. I don't think that's a surprise to anyone, really. Our reliance on digital systems is increasing every day of our lives. Quite how I can take these sort of facilities for granted personally, I've just found out. I've just moved house. I've moved house to Brixham on the south coast, and the house had no telephone line, no internet, very poor mobile coverage. Buying the train tickets to get here today was a nightmare because nothing seemed to work. When I did finally manage to get through to the ticket sites, I bought the tickets. It said, send them to your email address. Warning, you must print them out. You cannot arrive at the station and use your card to print them out. You must print them out before you arrive at the station. I thought, no worries, I can print something. No, I couldn't, because BT accidentally ceased my email account just after the tickets had arrived in it. So I was left knowing the tickets were in there, but I couldn't actually get to them. 4 hours of frantic phone calls to BT on a Saturday. We've all been there, haven't we? It was absolute nightmare. But I'm here. I did finally manage to get them. Now, my employers at the KTN approached me a few weeks ago and they said, we'd like you to get involved in our Internet of Things program. And I thought, oh dear, that's a bit like putting a cat amongst the pigeons, isn't it? I'm going to be sitting in rooms full of people that want to connect every device on the planet and every person on the planet. But when you say, so how have you considered the security? All they ever think about is confidentiality. And they say, oh yes, data, it's ownership of the data and all that, we're going to have to deal with that. But you say, well, how about integrity? And they say, well, what's that then? They don't seem to understand the meaning of integrity of data and how important that is going to become. So I was very pleased when Lancaster said, well, why don't we do this event today with a focus on IoT as well. And I think that's an absolutely great idea. As you probably know, Lancaster is involved in the Smart Cities project, which is one of the 8 ecosystem demonstrator projects that have been funded by the Technology Strategy Board. And so smart cities and Internet of Things is very dear to their hearts, as well as cybersecurity. And Internet of Things is a wonderful thing. You know, it's going to provide us with a whole new generation of connected services. But we need to be able to depend on these systems because we are going to depend on them increasingly as we go forwards. And IoT is going to bring a whole new set of challenges. Consider, for example, data. The traditional data flow has been A to B, point to point. It's been just one path, really, input, output. But now we have a whole tree of data, a tree that grows, changes constantly, hundreds, thousands, millions of people and machines processing, changing that data, adding new data in different formats at different points in the tree. And there are thousands of decisions being made every second, both by machines without human intervention and by humans themselves, based on that data tree. So it doesn't take a genius to think, well, if some of that data was wrong, if integrity had been compromised in some way, the cumulative effect of that change could be immediate, swift, and dire. So I don't want to paint an awful picture of IoT. It's fantastic, but we do need to make sure that we remember that there are people who want to abuse these systems and humans make mistakes. And those are the 2 main worries we have in Internet of Things. So we have another chance to build security at the fundamental design stage. Another chance to get confidentiality, integrity, and availability all sorted at the design stage and understood. We're going to need some new thoughts into all of those going forwards, because humans are evolving and changing as well as the systems we use, and generational values and differences on privacy are easy to see. So I'd like to welcome you here today to CSE 2013. We've got our usual fantastic range of vendors with some leading edge solutions that are going to help us along the way, and they're going to help us experts make security into something simple. Because we all know it's simple, we make a living out of it, but we're not making it simple for others. And that's what we need to do, because we're going to use the same systems. So the days of the dark art we have to leave behind us. So welcome today to this event structured around the 4D approach, defend, differentiate, diversify and develop. I hope you have a fantastic day. I know I will. If any of you have lied and you don't know what the KTN is, please do come and see me. And thank you. With that, I'll hand over to Dan to introduce our first speaker on the day in proper.